Hey, welcome in. My name is Dayton, and today I'm going to be sharing some really key aspects of the book, Secrets of the Millionaire Mind. Some things that I took out of it, and then also, if you're struggling, haven't reached the levels of wealth that you're looking for, some action steps you can take based on what the book says in order to have better results in your life. And so one of the main takeaways is this book is all about mindset. A lot of people think that if I just make more money, that would solve my money problems. But this book pretty much shares that your money problems are actually just a symptom of what's going on in your subconscious. We grow up and we have, you don't even realize the views that you're having on money or on the rich, or, you may think that they're doing like illegal things or scamming people or that they're greedy. And these things, as you hear them growing up, maybe you heard it from your parents saying like filthy rich, or we don't have enough money, or you should have just enough money to, get by. And so, those things, your subconscious works towards that. And you don't even realize the view that you have on money growing up. And then those things manifest it later in life. And then you don't have the money that you're looking for. And so, one thing that I learned from this is that people won't consistently take action in a manner that is inconsistent with what their programming is. So, if your programming is to just have enough, you just want to get by, but yet you're trying to get rich, there's a disconnect there, and that's what's stopping you from being able to reach your goal. The book tells a story about a guy that was making, over $800,000 a year, and yet he was still, just living paycheck to paycheck, basically. And that was because, when he was young, he heard his mom say that, you should just have enough to get by. And so subconsciously, what he was doing was he was spending all of his money so that he just had enough to get by. And it wasn't until he went to a seminar and learned, the principles that they talked about in this book, that it completely changed the way that he looked and viewed money, and then was able to, tone down his lifestyle, start saving, and really, reach the level of wealth that his income was actually generating. And so we learn these things when we're young, either through like verbal cues, from hearing it from your parents or other people that you're around, or from just modeling the people that you see. Usually these things happen when you're growing up. And so you model people that you see, and if, they're not budgeting or doing things like that, you tend to follow those. And unless you change your mindset first, then just having more money isn't going to change that. Chances are you're making more money now than you ever have in your life, and yet you're still not making enough money because of some, programming that you have in your mindset that's stopping you from really achieving wealth. And so there's a few things that the book says that you can do. The first thing is to take responsibility for where you are now. See, a lot of people, they want to blame, they want to justify, you should only have enough to get by. Rich people are greedy, they're doing illegal things, I don't want to do anything illegal. And yet, if you talk to a lot of people, they want to be rich, but then, their subconscious is saying like rich people are greedy. And so they're not really going to consistently take the actions that move them towards getting rich if their mindset is, rich people are bad, they're greedy, they're immoral. And basically it's working against the goal that they're looking to make it to. And so when you blame others, the government, your environment, your boss, you take the power away from yourself, and you don't give yourself the control over your financial future. And so, the basic step here, step number one, is to take control of your future. Stop blaming other people, stop justifying, stop complaining about things. Every time you do that, you lose power to control your future. And when you just take ownership and say, hey, I'm here because of the decisions I made, but I'm here and I can also change my future, that's the first step towards reaching the level that you want to reach. You have to take ownership. The next thing is to really commit. So it starts talking about, like, if you walk down the street and you ask a lot of people, hey, do you want to be rich? A lot of them would say, yeah, of course I want to be rich. But a lot of people, they don't commit. They just say they want that. And then, when they come home, they don't want to read books. They don't want to learn new skills. They don't want to go outside of their comfort zone. They don't want to do the things that are going to help them get rich. the people that get rich, what they do is they commit. And it says that when you make a decision, you burn all the bridges, you burn all the paths leading backwards, and you only focus on your goal. It's the only outcome. And so what that does is, naturally there's going to be obstacles on the path to wealth, on the path to success. And when people don't commit, when those obstacles come, the people that haven't committed, they just turn and go back to where they came from, because that's easier, that's more comfortable, that's where they've been. But the people that burned the bridges and made the decision, cut off all other possibilities, they are going to go through, around, over, wherever they need to do whatever they have to do to make it through that obstacle, because that is the only opportunity that they have. That is the only action that they had. They burned all the other bridges. And so you definitely have to commit, because obstacles are going to be there. But if you're committed, you're going to get around those obstacles. So it's definitely a mindset thing. You can't just try. And then it talks about how, like, rich people play to win. And what that made me think about was, like, I like to play basketball. And, if you're playing one-on-one, say you're playing one-on-one against somebody and you're just playing around, you're just there to have fun, you're trying, different shots, throwing it from far away and, things like that. And they're playing their absolute hardest. They're running, they're playing their best defense, they're diving on the floor. Chances are they're going to win, because they're committed. They're playing to win the game. They have a single solitary focus, and that's to win the game. You're just there to have fun. And that's the difference between the people that don't make it and the people that do. And then the final one is to associate yourself with rich people. So a lot of people, they want to get rich, but they have negative opinions, negative views of the rich. And, they think that they're trying to take advantage of people, selling them things that they don't need. They're greedy and things like that. And so they tend to stay away from people that they want to be like. And so they say that people that like, they admire the rich, they learn from the rich, they follow their blueprint, they learn to think like them, they emulate them. Those people have a far greater chance of success, because they're actually getting information from people that have been where they want to go. And so, basically it talks about, don't take any advice from someone who you wouldn't want to switch places with. So, if your cousin comes and, asks to borrow $20 from you, chances are that's not the person that you should be listening to about how to manage your money. And so you want to try to get around rich people, learn how they think, learn how they talk, see the things that they do, learn what they're reading, take the same actions that they're taking, and basically just emulate them, and your chances of success will greatly increase. And so those are some of the main takeaways that I got from this book. There's a lot of different wealth principles in there and ways that go over how rich people think. And so, definitely a great book. I would definitely recommend it. Go ahead and pick it up, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video.